Satan's word, I tell you. First things first, my name is Kenneth Burr. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. I'm just tidying up a bit here. I got something I got to do in a few minutes, but I thought I'd address this right here. I find this interesting. First things first, let me explain something to you about Elite Screens. I ordered stuff from Elite Screens. I bought some of those screens at the end of the day. I like their fixed range screens. Like I said before, they're very easy to assemble. I don't have to use any tools whatsoever. But I've tested all their stuff. I've tested just about everything they have. At the end of the day, yeah. Elite Screens transparent screen. Elite Screens transparent screen. So, let me tell you about Elite's transparent screen. Elite doesn't make a transparent screen. They make an acoustic screen. That's what they make. There's no form of transparent rear projection technology that Elite makes. Why? I'm a research junkie. I would have had this thing already by now. So no. Transparent screen video. Let me see what we got going on here. Yeah, acoustic. These are acoustics. And on top of that, keep in mind, we have a screen called SFEG. This screen absorbs sunlight. These screen doesn't have any screens that allow their screens to absorb sunlight in any way whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure they'd have seen our demonstrations already if it's outside playing around in the sun. There is no screens that have sunlight absorption, only we have that technology. Yeah, they're talking about acoustics. Acoustically transparent screens, not transparent screens as in see-through rear projection screens. This is why I tell people at the end of the day, stop doing dumb stuff. You got to be smarter than this. I mean, come on. You've got to be smart. We know where this came from, by the way. But anyway, so there's a number of things wrong with the email. Number one, they wouldn't address me as hi. They would address me by my name because they would know me by now. As many times I said on camera, hello, my name is Kenneth Burr, my company is da. They would have known my name, first and last name. Second, if you're saying that Projector Screen Store, I know Projector Screen Store. I've actually talked to this guy quite a few times. Matter of fact, he's the one that basically told me at the end of the day that you can't get a distributorship contract that your stuff shows is fully tested. I've spoken with this guy multiple times. This is where I get a lot of my surfaces from to begin with. Second, currently outperforming other transparent screens. Elite Screen doesn't make a transparent screen. They don't. They make acoustic screens. That's what they make, but not transparently. While the ILE Technology Screens.com, again, why would they put down .com? It's not .com. You would have to name the product. See, they would have to have the name of the product of what it is. You're missing the name of the product. So ours would be the ILEG. Ultra Apex Gamer Complete. That's what they would have mentioned in here because that's the screen they're directing to. We make multiple screens. How do we know which one they're talking about? So they'd be crystal clear on which one they're talking about. If I'm talking with them and say, hey, the Dark Star 9, the Cinema Grade 3D, they make multiple creative screens. I can't say the Elite screens. That can be any screen. So no, that's fake right there. Another thing too, watermarks. They always leave a watermark. Why would you not have a watermark? Every single one of these companies have watermarks attached to them. That's why when Diamond first contacted us and we said, oh, how do I know it's you at the end of the day? Do me a favor, send me an email with your watermark attached to it. That's how we know it's them. Because no one would be crazy enough to attach their watermark at the end of the day. It'd be their watermark only. So, missing. Phone numbers. There's no phone numbers here. They always leave phone numbers. Why in the world would somebody from the Projector Store, no number there. Elite Screens, no number there. No email, no business address. There's nothing there at all, period. That's just fake. I can see it from a mile away. And then talking about daylight projection technology versus the sun fusion energy gain. Are you kidding me? There's no screen operating outside. We're the only ones who have that tech right now. So there's nothing they have that can generate outside right now. Not a thing. I've been through all this stuff. I've had their CRT ceiling light projection screens. I've had their rear projection screens, and they don't make a rear projection screen. They make acoustic. That's what they have. They don't make a rear projection screen at all, period. So that, I don't know what in the world you or guys are talking about that nonsense to begin with. And on top of that, like I said, I've actually beat their Darkstar 9. I beat their Darkstar 9 with a screen paint. Literally one, and actually bought one of their own screens, the Edgeless, coated with our technology, and took out a $3,000 screen, and then turned around and bought a projection screen for about $60, coated with our technology, and took the screen out again. So we got demonstrations taking out a Darkstar 9. That's their highest performing screen that they have. The Darkstar 9 is more advanced than their acoustics, more advanced than any screen. It's the flagship of their technology. And the Darkstar 9 costs $3,000 for a 100-inch. Acoustics not going to cost you $3,000 for 100 inches. The acoustic surface that they have comes in white. I've seen it before. I've had to test against another acoustic surface I have here. So their acoustic surface is white. It's not actually black. They don't have a black acoustic surface. So they have nothing in their collection that could even take on our screen paints. Because mind you, our technology is black. What screen would they have that could take on a black screen? We beat all their screens already. And then are you talking about gain versus gain? Are you kidding me? We're outside at 50 to 300. We have forgotten those demonstrations. We're outside at 50 to 300 lumens in direct sunlight. They can't do that. If they could have, we would have seen it by now. So this is a fake email. There's a lot of stuff missing. Number one, they didn't address me by my name. How would even Diamond knew my name? How do we hear somebody over and over again go, hello, my name is Kenneth Bird, da, da, da. Hello, my name is Kenneth Bird. Hello, my name is Kenneth Bird. Hello, and they don't know my name? That'd be kind of strange, wouldn't it? They know my name. Second, again, as I said before, there is no, why would he address me by, hello, ILEG Tech? No. That's off right there. And again, there's a whole lot of information missing down here. There's the watermark is missing. Elite Screen's definitely going to put the watermark down. They're going to let them know who they are when they pop up. The John Russell, let me explain. Johnson Russell, they put down basically next to this what they are in that company. It could be CEO, it could be president, it could be chief of technology, it could be anything, but they're going to put their rank right in there. Another thing you're missing, phone number, email. You're also missing phone numbers with extensions. They're missing also too. The address of the company, that's also missing there too, because they're going to put the address of the company. And then they were talking about, let us meet up to discuss this. No, they're not going to meet it with anybody. They're going to call you first. That's how it works. They call you first. And then after you have a discussion with them, both parties have to agree on whether or not we are going to meet up. I got a busy schedule. I'm pretty sure they got a busy schedule. We work around that. And then before we do anything of that, we got to sign NDAs. NDAs have to be signed, non-disclosure agreements. So I may see something they're working on, and they might not want me to see it because I develop stuff, and they may think I'm working on it, and I want them to see it. So we have to put in an NDA, a non-disclosure agreements. And the non-disclosure agreements can go back and forth for a couple of months because there may be some things I don't agree on, some things they don't agree on. That goes back for a little bit until we actually get an actual signed agreement. I agree on their behalf, they agree on my behalf. When all that's done, then we can set up a meeting. That's how that starts. See, this is shenanigan nonsense. This is you guys doing dumb stuff at the end of the day. I've done these before. I've done these meetings before. So you thought you'd send me this, and I fall into it and go, oh my goodness, guess what's up? No, man. I've talked to these people before. And this company right here, called ProjectorScreenStore.com, I've talked to them multiple times because that's where I got a lot of my sample sheets from to be able to do my test demonstrations. I got it straight from them. And this guy, no, if he was going to send that, he would send his watermark and his information right from there. I find it interesting that he does not have here his name. Now you're saying Elite Screen. Which one is this from? Elite Screen, or is this from basically from the guy from what do you call it? Screens. Projector Screens. We're going to have ProjectionScreenStore.com. Yeah. And then you're talking about a person today who tests everything. So, again, you guys are kids at the end of the day. You're amateurs. Do you know how embarrassing this is in the day for you at the end of the day for me to see this as fast as quick? I've gotten letters from these individuals before. Way back before you even knew who I was, I've gotten letters from them. I know what their letters look like. I know the real deal from the fakes. Now, should I send this over to ping your email address? Well, ping your address right now and figure out where you're located at and send this letter over to the legal department so I can show there's somebody out there mimicking them at the end of the day, posing to be them. Do you want that kind of harassment today? Not harassment. Let's just put it away. You'll get that kind of smoke. They'll be dealing with their lawyers at the end of the day, and they don't play around over there. So, here's my advice. Grow up. Again, we just had this conversation, didn't we, about y'all being grown men at the end of the day with families and stuff? You're about to lose all that in court because you don't learn. I swear, I think I really believe they got a secret. I believe they got a secret handshake, and I really believe they have they got a secret treehouse that they meet up in, and they come up with these freaking stupid freaking ideas. Oh, I know what we'll do today. We'll send me an email from Elite. Come on, I've talked to these companies before. I've talked to them. That's where I got a lot of my stuff from them. No, and on top of that, Elite doesn't have a transparent screen. Where's this transparent screen they're supposed to have? Here, look. That's their website right there. They got acoustically transparent screens. Now, you see this demonstration right here for the yokels, the ones that don't know jack at the end of the day. You see this demonstration. Where's the screen located at? It's inside, right? Where does our technology for rear projection screen locate at? Outside. So, if you're watching our technology, which can play in their backyard right now if we want to, what would make this a more powerful technology than ours? Now, see that thing where it says CLR? That's ceiling light rejection. I tested all that stuff already. I had every single one of those screens. Every single one of them. Now, the ceiling light rejection does work, but again, we're outside in the middle of a park. Is that the part you're not understanding? Is that the part you're not getting? They know that already. So what would make me think that Elite Screen has a screen that operates outside? When I checked all that, I did the research on all that to make sure I could find out any screen that can operate outside in direct sunlight at 100 to 120,000 lux at 300 to 50 lumens. That's anybody? You see anybody else? You see Elite Screen or any one of these companies doing demonstrations like that out in the middle of the ballpark, out in the middle of the park, out in the middle of walkways, 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the morning, any of demonstrations by anybody else, except for us. No, it's only us. So, if I've done all that research, what makes you think I would believe in your petty email at the end of the day thinking that, oh my goodness, they have a screen? No, we would have seen that thing by now. Do you know I pay people online to research the internet to find companies? Anybody at the end of the day that can compete with our stuff, I pay people to do that. So if my people are coming back to me saying, hey, we haven't found anybody yet, please, come on. So, PC Guy, we know it came from you. I'll be showing you shortly. Like I said at the end of the day, you'll be coming here. We know it came from you. Like I said before, you're going to get that notice in the mail that's going to tell you that you're being sued by my company. And you ain't got the money at the end of the day. You already know you don't got it. I'm going to dig you out of the comfort of your home, put you on an airplane, and fly you out here to Pennsylvania, and I'm going to sue the living daylights out of you. And when you go back home, if we don't get you for some criminal charges on top of that, but when you go back home, realize that before your pain even lands, I'm going to have all your accounts frozen, your banking accounts, everything, because I'm going to go execute judgment right from the door on your order. I'm going to make sure that we get a process server right there in your state to pop over to your property with a flatbed to take your cars, lock down your home, and to freeze every single one of your banking cards. Your credit cards will be worth nothing by the time you hit the States. So, that piece that you got sitting up in there, well, it's going to be sold because you owe me money now. This is why you don't do dumb stuff at the end of the day. You see the color of that screen? That screen's gray. You know what we do to gray screens over here? We destroy them. Now, I want you to see something real quick. Notice how the lights went out? All right, let's do this again. It's a gray screen or silver. Now, how would that compare to the technology we make over here? My gamer technology could easily take that out. Now, you notice the lights went out? Why are the lights out? This is supposed to be ambient light rejection, ceiling light rejection technology. Why are the lights out? We don't even turn out lights in here. We're 24,000 in here. I bet you that projector costs 10 times more than mine. Why are we still in the dark? Any of these with the lights on? Anyone with the lights on? No, of course not. No. So this screen right here, this gray screen, I could take a little bit of my paint and put it right there in the center and do the same thing that I do your gray screen paints. I can do to a certified easily. So this couldn't even compete with my screen paint. And you're going to challenge the screen? Mike, they're not even crazy. They challenge the screen. They can absorb sunlight. You know what happens to that screen? We take it outside in the sun. We won't even read. So again, they know my technology. These companies watch you. I told you, companies will watch you. Now, what do I like about these screens? Well, there's a few things I like about the screens. The fixed range screens. I'm going to paint over a screen. It's going to be a fixed range screen with them because, again, I built all different types of fixed range screens. And they have these spring support systems that makes it really easy to put those things together. They do make good motorized projection screens. I do like the motorized projection screens. But as for the screens themselves, we don't need it. Our technology is more advanced. See? Lights out again. Now, why the lights out again? See? This is what I tell you. This is what I see a lot in demonstrations. This is supposed to be a screen that has ambient light rejection and ceiling light rejection, acoustic transparent screen. So, in the demonstration, every time they do a demonstration, they turn the lights out. Why are the lights out? Now, see those little mini holes right here? This is acoustic. It's not transparent. So you guys got online and said, oh, they got an acoustic screen. They got a transparent screen. No, this is acoustic. You see those little dots over there? This does not make it transparent. Transparent, you wouldn't have these little dots. You'd be able to see right through it. You see them here at the back of the wall. This is acoustic. That's what it is. For a screen that's supposed to be ceiling light rejection technology, you turn the lights out. And here we go. Lights out again. Lights out again. Why are the lights out? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I laugh at these screens that call themselves to be ambient light rejection technology. But yeah, they got to be in the dark just to show the demonstration. If we had that screen in here, it wouldn't even work. That's a lot of money for a screen that you got to be in the dark all the time. Now, bigger question. Why are we showing this? Then if that's the case and the screen basically has the ability to pull up in fully lit environments, why don't we start the demonstration with all the lights on? Why do we turn the lights off? And let me explain something to you. A white sheet of paper, if this screen's a little bit darker than a white sheet of paper, of course it's going to show contrast. As you can see, the white paper is basically pulling this white level right here. But if that's the case, well, I swear we better not go to the dark on this one. Now, see where the lights are at? These lights are making no contact with the screen. See right here? They're way over here. See how dark it is over here? So there's no light in this environment, none at all. This area is still very dark compared to what we got sitting over top of us. So look, this is not, these are dimmers are on too, I can tell right here. But look at these lights. Look how dark it is in this corner. Look how dark it is in that corner over there. So these lights are not even on. And see where the window's at? That's not going to make any contact to the screen. I see they got the blinds fully open. So it's been listening to us. But still, not enough light. Now, you see right here? Screen's washed out. Now we can tell the colors. Look at the colors. Look at the corners. See the corners? Corners washed out first on the screen. So you see how it's washed out here? And see how it starts green here? Because it's darker over here. See that? Look at the top from corner to corner. See how it's washed out? You can't see it right here. Now watch as it starts to extend away from the window. It's brighter here. And again, the lighting here is not even making contact with the screen. Because it doesn't make a difference whether it's acoustic. It doesn't make a difference whether it's this, that, and the other. If it's gray, it's no way. It's not going to work. That screen's not going to function. That's all washed out in this section right here, completely washed out. Now see, now the lights are out. Now we show the lights. Now watch this. Watch this. Closer look at it. See how the detail is all washed out? See that? It's all blended. It's all washed out. Now you look a little farther out where the area is not being hit with the window. See how the detail looks? The same thing that looks here is the same thing that looks there. That screen's washed out. And there's no light in the environment. You got to be kidding me. The conference room has more light than that. Now, we got the lights out. It's fully dark in the environment. So for a technology that's supposed to be ambient light rejection and then CRT ceiling light rejection, majority of this demonstration was done in the dark. The only part they had lights on is when they showed basically, to show the contrast of it. That doesn't mean jack. If you have most of the video in the dark, it doesn't mean anything. Spent all this money for expensive projector, and that thing doesn't even, the projector was perfectly fine, the screen doesn't work. And it's a standard short throw. No, buddy, that's not standard. What we have under the desk is standard 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector that costs $16.25. That thing doesn't have an HDMI port on it. That's standard. Look, lights still out again. Lights out again. You know, watch the game with the lights on. Oh my goodness. See, this is the reason why we don't go on YouTube. This is why I don't like doing these demonstrations. It's called a field trip, because it's the same nonsense over and over again. And I bet you that screen probably cost about a good, let me look it up. That screen probably cost about a good, maybe $1,500, $2,000 for a screen that you're stuck in the dark with. Standard projector. That's not standard. We have standard over here. We have understandard. And that whole entire screen, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I see a lot in. I see a lot of these ambient light rejection or ceiling light rejection gray screens that every time they show them off, they're in a dark environment. That entire video was done in the dark. Because it's gray. I told you, gray screens don't function. They can't function in fully lit environments. So what's the point of calling it ambient light rejection or ceiling light rejection if you're in the dark most of the time? When are you ever using that? So you paid for something you're not going to use? That's crazy. That's an option you'll never use. In the dark. Right there from the dark. Right from the dark. So yeah. First things first, email's fake. But let's leave that. We're done on that. Let's move on. Second, I research a lot of Elite and other screens technology. And one of the things I notice the most out of all their screens, they charge a lot of money. But the problem is that this ambient light rejection and ceiling light rejection, the screens spend a lot of time in those demonstrations sitting in these dark environments. I stick a halo system around that thing, it will disappear. Why didn't we do this demonstration? No, lights out again. Well, if this was a drinking game, everybody would walk out of the bar with liver damage. Yeah, sure. I know other technology. They don't have anything that matches our. That was you who wrote that in there and began with it, so we know it was you. Elite Screens has been researching my company. All those companies research us. You see somebody walking outside. You're a major projection screen company, and you see somebody walking around outside with a 300 mm projector producing in direct sunlight. Yeah, you would watch them, because that's the person right there that may be a potential threat for your business, because we can generate outside and they can't. So that little bit of lights. When I watch those demonstrations, you mean to tell me they're threatened by those little bit of lights in the ceiling? In that window? That's it? That's what they're threatened by? And what we operate in? Or you can cakewalk for us all day long. That's you guys. Like they try to write me a crease and desist letter by Elite Screen and Black Diamond. No. Daylight and Black Diamond. Both screens teaming up together to jump on me? No, they don't do that. Oh my goodness, that's the funniest thing ever. I swear. I had to show you that. That's hilarious. We get those quite a bit from them. These guys have issues, man. I swear. I swear. I swear. You put all your hits again, it won't be like a micro thought between any of you guys at the end of the day. You just are not on that level of intelligence. You just don't have it. I'm shocked that you're able to survive on the earth this long. I really am. I'm very surprised that you have been able to do this. Really shocked. It's funny. Yeah. Yep, we're going in circles. That's how desperate they are. They're super desperate, aren't they? But don't worry, gentlemen. I'm gonna dig you out of your home. Bring you down here to Pennsylvania. Every time you send an email to us, we ping it right back to your IP address. Got me going in circles. Do 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 do. Say more superior. I know that was a joke from the door. But they watch us. Yeah, John, that's our technology. That's what we do. That's a 6,000 halo system embedded in the screen. Projector's only 300 lumens. And since this is upstairs, up here, it's 24,000 in the ceiling. You see these lights we have over here? It is virtually impossible to get around these things. They're huge, wide lights with a ton of these fluorescent rods in them, and virtually impossible to get around them. And then we add a halo system in it for fun. Bam! I can't stop. I can't stop. Outside. Fireplace display. Outside. I think this was a demonstration on a 300 lumen projector. That's direct sunlight, gentlemen. That means that, do you know what's left after a 300 lumens with 120,000 lux of direct sunlight? This is the same sunlight that you're afraid to put your screens near because your screens will wash out. We play in this weather. See that? There's elements here we do. I'm going to show you up close real quick. I'm going to show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you close again. I like the one I'm sitting on the desk and I bring the camera down and I'm someplace else. You see that? Do you have an idea what's left from a projector that's being hit with 120,000 and it only has 300 lumens to start with? There's nothing left. Nothing. So that screen somehow is picking up that image from that projector and that sunlight and picking up an image so bright that you can see the individual's logs being burned by the flames. That's how powerful that technology is. And that technology is only 15% completed. Imagine what they do at 100. So right now, I know you guys want to try, but I'll explain something to you. There is no screen right now on the market, nor planet, that matches that technology. Not one. Because we know we got people paying to search and find. And they can't bring anything back. Because everybody else is doing the tradition, you know, poorly lighting, high-powered projector, what they call standard, you know, stuff like that. And we do this. So that window light that you have in your demonstrations, and you have the curtains open just a little bit because you're afraid your screen's going to wash out, we play out there. Isn't that interesting? Yaka, yaka, yaka. So they already know from the door. They know. Companies know. Those companies have people do research. That's what they do. They have people go out and try to find out if there's any other screens that can compete with them. Same thing we do. They do the same thing we do. And they pop into us. And they're like, oh, shoot, this guy's out there in the middle of the park doing crazy stuff like this. Because that's what we do. That's what we do. You see this right here? See, look at it. Look, on a bench. I think These people, the naysayers, don't understand the concept of what we do. Do you see that? While you're inside, scared to open up a curtain because your screen will disappear, we play out here. So that means at the end of the day, anywhere that Mr. Bird wants to go with his 300 lumen projector or 50 lumen projector, I go where I want to go. You guys can't do that. Can't go outside and play. Sunny day, chasing the clouds away. You can't go out there. Your stuff will wash out. So, look, just face it. It's over. You know what I mean? It's over. It's done. It's over. Just face it. The screen paint we make right now, you couldn't even match. The test demonstrations, you couldn't even match. I got a test, black on black test page, an entire page. Can't match any one of them. I got test demonstrations, you can't match those. Test demos, you can't match those. I beat every certified screen I can get my hands on. I even had one flown in all the way from Ireland and took that one out too. Your gray screen paints, I slaughter them left and right. Like sheep for the slaughter, I can literally take a dab of my paint and hit your screen with it. It don't work no more. Seriously. And this is the best you have? Is you guys all put your heads together and came up with that idea? And you didn't even have a watermark in there? There's no address. There's not even his position or who he is. That's a fake email. That's the best you can muster up. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I hope you're very smart when the day comes and we drag you into that courtroom. I hope you have a much better brain process in there, because here's the thing, gentlemen, it ain't YouTube in there. In that courtroom, that little room, two things can happen. You can lose your freedom, spend a good amount of time behind bars, or you can lose all your money. You don't play around in that environment. We'll keep that. And they'll email you sent to us with the rest of them. I'm going to use that against you in court. Oh, what the frick? Why do you guys ask for this? Why? Why do you ask for this? Where are we going to go? Let's go over here and play. Bum, 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 bum. I was all over the place now in town with this thing. I was having a ball. Look at that. They got me going in circles. Bum, bum, bum. Round and round and round. Got this song stuck in my head. It's going to be there for a while. Look at it. Wait. Look at the duty. Look at it. Y'all don't know what you're up against. Look at that. Don't run. They running out of room right now. Look at that. We go anywhere we want to go. Look at that. Look at sunlight pushing through that screen. My projector's on the opposite side, people. That's the technology we're working on for 2026. At only 15%, it goes wherever the freak it wants to go. And keep in mind, there's a black version of it too. So, we already know the email is fake. But this is just to put out to people at the end of the day who think they can compete with us. You can't. Let's get this again. The power. Hey. Like cracking the Look at this thing called rap. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all not ready for this. So, for the customers, they're going to freaking love this screen. For those of you who are trying to compete with us, you ain't got a chance. You ain't got a chance. You will get crushed by this technology. I'll take you outside and watch you disappear. You know, y'all keep on chatting. I'll buy your stuff now. I'll take you outside tomorrow. And I'll watch your stuff wipe out one by one by one. I got the power. Bam, look at that. Oh, mercy, man, mercy. Now, we already know Elite Screen didn't write that nonsense. We know that from the door. We know they didn't write that nonsense. But that's just to update the naysayers. See all these demonstrations done? All out in the sun. Everything out there, playing around out there. You guys don't do that. Oh, wait, is this the one we started? Oh, yeah, this is a hot one. I like this one right here. I go where I want to go. Look. They're mad now. They're mad. They're upset and angry now. Watch this. I love this demonstration. Watch. I started on the desk. Point up to the ceiling. This is a fun demonstration. Now, I'm out in the park. Bring it down again. I'm someplace else. Bring it down again. I'm someplace else. Y'all can't do this, can y'all? 15% technology. Bring it down again. Where I'm at now. Boom. Another part of Allentown. Bring it down again. Where I'm at. Out in the middle of the park. Bring it down again. Where I'm at. Boom. Out in another part of the park. Bring it down again. Where are we going to be at this time? Oh, another section of the park. Man, you gotta be kidding me. Y'all inside. Let me put it this way. I'm gonna make this crystal clear, so I got things to do. Now we know Leeds Screens didn't write that letter. We know that from the door. But it's a message to all you screens up there on the market right now. You see that technology? That's a 15% tech. That screen goes anywhere it wants. While you'll be sitting inside trying to sell a product that the customer can't even open up a window without your screen disappearing, I'll be outside doing demonstrations in the middle of a baseball field watching a game at 120 inches on a projector that cost me under $200. You can't compete with us at the end of the day. Go through my YouTube channel, do the research, see what we do at the end of the day. And no, we have no interest in selling out. Our goal is basically to become number one, and we already backed it up 100%. Unlike Danny's gain range nonsense, that whatever that dumb stuff is supposed to be, I back it up, buddy. You see that right there? I back it up. If I say I got a technology that absorbs sunlight, you will see me outside in sunlight. You'll see me outside. If this is the first daytime projection screen in 2026, where the customers no longer need to worry about all the dumb nonsense about worrying about windows and all that nonsense in the day. Even the gamer paint I got can wipe you guys out easily. Now, instead of you sending us emails, we know that's a fake email, by the way, but any company who wants to challenge it, let me know. And I'll take your stuff out just like that. Heck, I can design a screen paint in 20 minutes called the cancellation and take you out. So, again, yeah. Look at it. Do we have to keep embarrassing like that, bro? Why do you gotta treat him like that? Why do you have to treat him like that? Because that's what we do. They're not on our level. Oh, not on our level. All outside. Look at the outside, banging outside. We're not on my level. Look at this. And they get mad over that. They're gonna be on their channel, getting together. How about y'all just this is what y'all do? They have something called picking the bird. Get yourself a bird, get in the kitchen. Put your little women do-rags on, your bonnets on, sit around and you talk, have some pizza, watch something about Mary. No, it's not something about Mary. What's it called? It's called oh man, what's that song? It's a romantic movie. Sit down and watch some kind of romantic movie. Y'all just get all set, angry, mad about me, like Kenneth Bird. I can't stand him. Every time he comes out, he just embarrasses us every single time. We got to do something about him. That's y'all. That's how I see y'all. I see y'all sitting around, drinking some Chardonnay with these bonnets on, discussing me, because you get embarrassed every single day. Like a day don't go by that I don't embarrass me, you guys, and a day go by, and we don't even have to try. It's just too easy. These guys were so desperate. That shows desperate. It was so desperate to try to send us some fake email from Elite Screens and from Projector Store. I know their emails. They send me emails. I have emails from them. So I know their emails. Gee whiz Louise, are we that sad at the end of the day? Really? And they try to come up and say, oh, we have a screen that compete. I've seen all of these screens. Look, the top screen is the Darkstar 9. That's their top flagship. They don't have anything else over top that screen. And we beat that screen on a screen paint that we made 7 years ago. And you're now coming up with this freaking Mickey Mouse shenanigan nonsense versus a technology that operates outside? In the demonstration we just saw on that acoustic screen, the demonstration that showed you, that was done on a 300 lumen 720p shimmy projector. Standard projector. This is standard right here. See that? Standard. At 300 lumens. And not with some lights up in the ceiling that are not even anywhere near the screen. Not with a little window over there. We're outside. There are no windows out there. There's no ceiling, there's no walls, there's nothing to protect your screen. And to keep in mind that this projector sits there bathed in sunlight and still able to manage to pick up a beautiful image. You can see a burning fireplace with no problem. So why in the world would I consider what you guys do consider to be a threat? Hey, I can stick my screen right dead in your window and watch a movie on the other side of it. So with that being said, see right here, we out there like this. We out there like this. We out there like this. And they're getting bitter and upset. Now, is the big companies are getting bitter and upset? No. No. They're watching us. That's all they're doing. They're just watching us. Can you do this? Anybody, can you do this? I go where I want to go. Look at that. That's right. Run. Because all you can do. Our technology is unstoppable. Do you see that? Look, I go where I want to go. And if I go where I want to go and my projectors cost me next to nothing, guess what that means for my customers? They go where they want to go. That's why to this day, my customers' demonstrations are beating those who sell products. High-end professional projection screens, our customers are outside. Now, here's the option you have here. And it's a good one too. Either you prove what your technology can do, and we are challenging in court. I'm going to build a track record on taking companies and anyone to court who have false specifications. We're going to build a legacy on your fails. So we're definitely going to do this to you. Because I don't like the fact that you make these fake accusations that you're ambient light rejection. You're not. I literally just watched the lead screen and a guy showing off and a so-called ambient light rejection screen, and majority of that video was done in the dark. How the freak? I just had that conversation. How in the world are you ambient light rejection if majority of the demonstrations are done in the dark? How the freak does that even work? This is ambient light rejection technology. You see me in the dark? I'm matching a cell phone, for goodness sakes, on a 300 lumen projector. So again, how are you ambient light rejection if you're in the dark? That's another challenge when I have companies at the day. Another one, all you gray screens that they're claiming to read a contrast level, and every time we turn around, you got to turn the lights up. You don't read contrast. Cut it out. Stop it. See you in court on that nonsense. And then, if we even catch you talking trash about my company, you can't back it up, you're going to lose your business. You're going to lose your shirt in there. Because we can back ourselves up. We know you can't. So you're going to lose that one too. And now, you're going to have to deal with that nightmare sitting in the corner over there that can easily wipe you guys out. Extremely easy outside. At 15%, it can wipe out all of you. That's what you're dealing with now. So all you smaller companies that want to sit there and you want to cry and whine, be careful about what you say out of your mouth about a company. Because if we hear it, if it pops up, scam or anything that pops up, you're going to get sued for millions. Because you can't basically back up your claim. But we can. All right then, I'm glad we had this little chat. Let's finish this song out. Oh, I was having fun with that song. That song was banging. And they're crying about our technology. That's sad. You guys gotten that sad? Really? You got to come up with an idea like, listen, I'm over something, and they'll think, well, no, buddy, come on, man. I do professional business all the time. That's a fake email at the end of the day. But I got something for you, PC guy. I got something for you. You'll get a letter pretty soon coming from us. I'm going to sue you for a lot of money. So don't get comfortable in that pouch you got at the end of the day, because I might end up taking it from you. You do too much at the end of the day. I'm going to stick you in the pack with the rest of these guys. I stick your name in that pack, on that list at the end of the day, and show that you know these guys, you've been actually working with them. You're in a lot of trouble. You're going to end up in that pile. You don't want to be in that pile, trust me. But anyway, I'm going to give you a little word of advice. Now, I give everybody this opportunity. Go disappear somewhere. Go take your shenanigans, grow up, be a man for the first time in your life. That's what you do. And you go take your dumb nonsense and go someplace else. I'm going to warn you, just like I warned the rest of them. If you even think about doing anything stupid, and we ever see any people pick anything up online, anything that comes up whatsoever, you'll end up in that same mess that these guys are about to be in. And I will dig you up and I will bring you here to Pennsylvania for prosecution. So I'm giving you a chance. Go disappear. Trust me, you might want to take it. Just happening to the rest of these guys, not going well. All right, then. Let's move on. I need a demonstration. You got a football field? I need a football field. I want to do watch a football game in the middle of a football field at daytime. You tell me that would not be a hot demonstration. Let me see. Football fields in Allentown. Oh, we gotta go way out. Okay, I got it. Oh, we do have one. Well, we shall be there with our screen. Definite challenge accepted. This is all in the areas. Yes, challenge accepted. Did you hear that? Did the football field challenge me? It challenged me. Look at that. We're going to be out there. We're going to be out there in the middle of this field watching a football game. In the middle of a football game. I'm giddy, people. I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl with a new dress, and that's a whole lot of giddy. Can you guys do that? And there's a challenge on here, too, for all screens to compete. Do what we just did. I expect to see you out there doing a demonstration in the middle of a football field, watching a game in the middle of a football field. Of course, you can't go out there. You know why? It's a high school. They got it. All right, I'm out to call them, contact them, see if we can do this demonstration out there. We got to pay a little money. Not a problem at all. Get out there. I want to do this demonstration out there. And we'll get the school credit, whatever we got to do. But we're going to be out there in the middle of a football field doing a demonstration of watching a football game. Can't get any better than that. You know what these screens are like for tailgate parties? These things are going to be amazing for tailgate parties once we get them finished. So instead of you dragging around some giant LED TV at the end of the day, you can have one of these screens at the end of the day you can set up. People are like, what about tailgate parties? Now, the tailgate parties, those are the black ones we bring out. Because the black ones, you put a projector behind it, nothing comes through at all. It's just basically the image. Well, we can't wait to show those off. It's going to be hot. We got a big surface coming up. So probably mainly, we're done with all screen paints. We're finished, man. The screen paints we're not developing anymore. But next week, we may show off a black version of that technology on a much larger scale. Because I do want to basically show it off a lot. We're going to have a lot of fun with that thing. So we're going to be out there with that. And we got the screen still soaking over here. I'm going to pull it up. We can't do a demonstration today. I forgot we got stuff to do. We can't do work demonstrations. This is just basic for people in the day. We come out here and I have to say this. I'm a person who basically speaks my mind. That's how I am. And, when you got people at the end of the day, come on. You got to grow up. But PC guy, I'm going to tell you something. I give everybody a second chance. I do. I give everybody a second chance. So, I advise you, go live your life, be happy, enjoy. All right? But if you decide at the end of the day that you want to continue on this road, I'll put your name in that Bible over there. And I'll ask the Lord to seek you out. And that means at the end of the day that anything I ask my Lord at the end of the day, if it be his will, but in this situation, you guys are attacking us, I'll find you. And we'll make it so that we bring you to court. I guarantee you, as I said, you'll see me right across that courtroom. But the difference is, in that situation, I'm coming after two things. I'm coming after time, and I'm coming after money. In the meantime, I'm going to throw your butt in jail for a couple of years. Because if you do that online, it's a cybercrime. You know what's going to happen from there, right? And after what I do to these guys, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to go in a different direction. So I believe in giving people options to get out of situations they're in. There's your situation. Go disappear. By the way, someone's monitoring you, by the way. You already know that from the door, the guy you ticked off, that's between you and him. You have to settle between. I got nothing to do with that. It's none of my business. I don't know how you're going to fix that one, but that's your problem at the end of the day, not mine. But other than that, between me and you, go disappear somewhere. And if you sit there and go, no, that's between you and him. I have nothing to do with that. Don't call yourself king next time, or not calling yourself, I'm the king of this and king of that, and act like you don't do that. You attract the wrong sharks. Oh, look at my butterfly. I love this butterfly. I gotta paint this thing pretty soon. I can't believe I got this for free. So I don't take you guys seriously at the end of the day. I don't. We find you guys funny at the end of the day. I put on there because I want people to see the dumb stuff that you do. That's why I put on YouTube. We don't take you seriously. That's why you see me walking back and forth these butterflies like this having fun. I don't take you seriously. It's sad that you guys are like this. You're grown men. Some of you, when you get off that PC doing dumb stuff on your phone, you walk over to your daughter or your son at the end of the day and you try to raise them right to be good model citizens, and here you are doing this nonsense. Have you ever thought about the repercussion of this mess that you're about to get into? That your family and friends are going to know about this? This is going to be on court records, that you went to court for something like this? Wait till you get in the holder cell. They said, what you in here for? Screen paint. The frig is screen paint. You mean to tell me that you got in trouble for what? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Dumb stuff. Just dumb stuff because you're jealous at the end of the day. So I mean, you can be free as a butterfly, flying around, but you're not going to have that. And it's embarrassing because your kids are going to have to feel that nonsense. And their dad's in jail because dad basically at the end of the day did dumb stuff and got himself in trouble. Where's your dad at? He's in jail. That's fantastic. Because you got a little jealous of some screen paint. Like my butterfly. I love my butterfly. Whee! I don't take you serious at all. I just find it funny. I put this stuff on blast because it needs to be put on blast. People need to know the pettiness and the dumb stuff that you guys do on a regular basis. And that's why it's out there. To show how the dumb stuff you do. Okay, before this video ends, a question. What do you think was supposed to happen? What did the devil tell you that was supposed to happen? That I was going to contact that company over there and talk to them? I'm not interested in them. I'm not interested in any of them. My technology is better than everybody else. What would I need them for? They're a distribution company. They can help me out. I don't need them. I don't want to pay them any money at the end of the day. I can do it myself at the end of the day. I got my websites and all this stuff. I don't need distributors at the end of the day. It's my choice if I want to use a distributor. You know why I'm making it so we're the only ones who have it? Because if we say you can't have it, you can't go any place else but us. That's why we want it that way. That's why I don't want a distributor selling my stuff. I want only come through us and us only. So if we say you can't get it, you can't get it. And we banned a country at the end of the day because they did something to violate our company at the end of the day, so we can't buy from us anymore. They can only go through us to get it. That's why we're not dealing with distributors. We don't need distributors. We get ourselves one of those showrooms. We set up our screens in there. Our technology pretty much sells itself. Get paid for advertising firms to advertise our technology and redirect all that business right back to our areas where we basically sell the product at. You have to go through us to get it. So there's none of that, well, okay, owner got on my nerves in the day. You know what I mean? I got disrespectful with him. He told me I can't buy the product. I just go someplace. You can't go anyplace else. You have to go through us. That's why I'm not doing distributorships. We don't need them. I'm going to pay somebody a percentage of my product to advertise. I can do that myself. And we got ad tech. We got one of the most advanced advertising technology on the market. That's why I'm in here looking at this stuff for basically AI interactive technology, because we're going to design our own salesperson that's going to come on here and she's going to sell. She's an AI, artificial intelligence. She's going to come in and she's going to sell all our technology for us. It means no more advertisement companies. We cut out the middleman. We do it ourselves. We save more money. I just bring in a bunch of programmers that can make AIs actually talk and walk and all that other good stuff at the end of the day. That's what we're working on. Always building for the future. But until then, I'm going to be using advertising companies for right now. But once we get that technology up and going, the AI will do all the work for us. Heck, she can come on there and she can talk about sports, and she can all of a sudden have a tracksuit on and she's running and playing sports. She can talk about football. Next time she's playing football. Okay, we can do anything we want with that AI technology. She can go in outer space, she can swim under the ocean, and she can advertise our technology, which means our screens can change at will while she's talking. Isn't that interesting? Yep. Because AI is good for something. So with that being said, I'm building for the future while you guys are sending me phony emails, grown men, by the way, sending me phony emails about trying to convince me that Elite Screen has a better screen than us. I studied all this stuff. I'm still waiting for a black screen. And they don't have one of those yet. So with that being said, your mission was a fail. All right, well, with that being said, I am going to enjoy my butterfly. Anyway, gotta go.